Hey, what's up guys? Welcome. So the funny thing is that every time I try to make a video about any Sony phone, I always talk about how good they used to be and could this phone revive Sony, could that phone revive Sony, and this is all because I love Sony. We all do, admit it or not. This is the upcoming Sony Xperia XA3. Wait, not XG3, it's XA3. This is Sony's somewhat of a budget lineup, and this is not very popular for obvious reasons. The previous XA devices were not good at all, but not this one. This one looks a little bit even better than their current outgoing flagships. This phone is totally chinless, but at the top there's a regularly sized bezel. On practically every other phone they try to eliminate the top bezel using a notch or a hole or something else, but Sony is like, nah, let's do the exact opposite of that. This phone looks like the Mi Mix 2 turned upside down. And you know what? This works. It looks good. Plus we know that reaching to the top of the phone is always hard, and because the screen doesn't go all the way up, it would be a little bit easy to interact with the top part. And also in the landscape, I admit that at first it will look a little bit awkward to have a bezel on just one side, but I think we'll get easily used to that. From the back, this is strictly a matter of opinion. You might like it, I'm personally not that big of a fan. We get dual cameras with a flashlight. Hey, a headphone jack! Glad to see you return, brother. NFC, side-mounted fingerprint scanner, volume rockers, and I can only assume that this might be the Sony camera button. The primary camera is supposed to be a 23 megapixel f2.0 Sony sensor. Not much is known about the secondary camera, 8 megapixel front camera. Let's also go through the specs real quick. 4GB RAM, 64GB storage, plus expandable, 5.9 inches Full HD LCD display, Corning Gorilla Glass 4 protection, Android Pie, Qualcomm 660, 3600 mAh battery, fast charging through USB-C. The specs are good. There might be some other Chinese phones which provide more powerful specs, but I don't see any particular letdown in the specs. And also keep in mind that this is no $1000 phone. Sony didn't provide any pricing, but looking at the past and the predictions, this phone should be priced less than 25,000 rupees or $350. So the pricing is also not bad. And at this price, this is one of the more good looking and the unique phones. This phone is set to be released on 25th of February. If Sony advertises this phone correctly, this could be a hit. After all, Oppo and Vivo made it so big in India because they advertised a lot. They paid a lot of film stars to promote their phones. They bought billboards, they got IPL, and just Oppo Vivo everywhere. At that time their phones were bad, like really bad, and advertisement was good. So the lack of knowledge made Oppo Vivo big. Obviously the story is different now, but this is how much advertisement means. Most people in 2019 thinks that Sony doesn't even make phones anymore. Seriously, I have asked couple of people and they were shocked that Sony still makes phone. So Sony, you will definitely have to advertise your products much more. Well, this is as much as I can do to help Sony. Let me know what you think about this phone. Any suggestions you might have for Sony, post them in the comments. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and as always, thanks for watching.